Hello Reformers and welcome back to Starpoint Gemini Warlords and our Sandbox campaign. Now I've been doing quite a lot of off-screen work because, well, we needed a bunch of cash and I needed to get to level 12 to enable our wonderful next ship availability. Now what I've also done is installed a couple of mods from the Steam Workshop. One of these mods increases the duration of civilian fleet tasks, as well as the reward for them. So you do less, less kind of micromanagement, and you get about the same reward as if you had been doing, before the mod it was installed. And so it kind of works out about the same amount of resources that you gain. So it's basically just a little bit of quality of life improvement, I suppose you could say. And otherwise, I've done something rather interesting, or at least I feel like it's rather interesting. If we go to the shipyard right here, look at what we have. Oh yes, we have a variety of new and rather wonderful ships. Now, these are all ships that you can't really access at Concordia. You have to go to other space stations to be able to buy these. Now what I've done is I've installed a mod that enables all ships, apart from the DLC ones. The DLC ones are not available here, but the DLC obviously is, obviously a lot higher level. But, as you can see, most of the ships that we have available here are going to be really fun to fly. Now, what I would like to do is I would like to buy this one, I think. The Prowess, I think, is pretty nice for us. It is 4 million, and it does require level 12. We are level 11 right now, so we're only one level away, and I'm basically a sliver of experience necessary to get to attendant rank. Now, there are a bunch of other destroyer class ships available. It really just depends on really kind of what design you like. I personally like the design that we saw beforehand, the Prowess one. Now, you can obviously select different ones, and they have different system specifications and things like that. Obviously, you have light batteries here, 3 light batteries and 3 heavy batteries. And then, of course, you do have one here that has an additional light battery on the back. And, heavies here, another one there, 2 there. So, in general, the Apollo, I think, is probably the best one, but it does only have 9,500 hull HP, whereas this has 24,000. So it's going to be a lot hardier and a lot more difficult to kill for the opponent. So that's what I'm going to try and go for. And all we need to do now is take one more job, and then I'll be able to get to level 12. And I've just literally, to get to this point, I've just literally been doing timed deliveries and search and destroys. And there are many better ways to get credits. For example, a destruction. This thing. This will give you 1.1 million if you are able to do it. An installation assault is also something that is very viable and very lucrative. So I think we're probably going to do the installation assault and see what we can do. Now, obviously, Nika and Tara have been joining me throughout the entirety of my adventures, and we've been doing a pretty good job. They are, I think, both level 12? I think they are both level 12. I think so at the very... let's just have a look here. Oh yes, by the way, I renamed their fleet that they are technically into Storm in a Teacup. Oh yes, we had to do that, didn't we? Anyway, we can manage the ships. Yes, they are both level 12. You can transfer them to new fleets and things like that if you so desire. At the moment, I do not desire that, so it's absolutely fine to leave them as they are. And we're going to continue sending our civilian fleets out. As you can see, I still only have 5, but they give us much better rewards, but they just take longer. So it's more of a case of me having to do less micromanagement. Alright, so now, we have to destroy the enemy structure, and of course, we do have a slight problem with that, because there are many weapon platforms, as you can see here. Yes, these weapon platforms, they are obviously going to cause us a great deal of difficulties. So, I'm going to try and get relatively close to them, but the problem with it is that they're going to deal so much damage to us. Hopefully, I'll be able to hide behind one of these, because I am in a gunship still. And, oh yeah, I still have exactly the same weaponry and everything like that, so, yeah. You haven't really missed anything with the exception of numerous trips of search and destroy and things like that. So, yeah, hopefully my people will actually start doing damage soon. Are they starting to deal damage? I'm going to just zoom out the camera a little bit more as well, because I found that the graphic of my precision strike is very, very large. Okay, so we're almost done with this one. I'm going to use my ion torpedo things a little bit as well. But yeah, these structures and platforms are going to be quite difficult. Are they actually shooting that one? Yes, they are. Okay, so that's fantastic. At least they are actually shooting that one. So we're almost done with this one, and hopefully I'll be able to get out of here reasonably quickly, because as you can see, they deal a lot of damage. They do deal a lot of damage. So hopefully, is that done? Yep, that one's done. Fantastic. Alright, so that is finally done. Now I can actually get away from there, and maybe I can assist Nika and Tara in doing what they need to do. Oh yes, also, I have leveled up, of course, a number of times. I did not spend any skill points because I wanted to do that on screen. So let's just spec our points into precision shot. This is also going to keep its consistency longer, allowing it to ricochet into multiple enemies. So we have the improvement, which is fantastic. Now, what we're also going to do is, as you can see, I did spec into Freelancer with one of my perk points already, because obviously Search and Destroy and all of those things are going to be absolutely fantastic. And also, what I would like to do is go for a research upgrade. I know we don't have research currently available, but I'd like to do that pretty soon. And then construction of structures, making them 40% faster is going to be really, really nice. So, without further ado, I think it is probably about time to get that research and development going. And oh wow, we could actually do that again, because we just have so many resources from the civilian fleet tasks that I've been doing over this time that we could technically go for module level 2. I'm not entirely sure whether I should do that at the moment instead of going for something like maybe the logistics center. I think that's probably going to pay off quite nicely. And then I suppose what we could do is the hangar module, so that we can actually start getting additional ships. And maybe this as well, so let's do that too. And then mining operations, we probably want to go for better upgrades with that, and salvage depot as well. And we still have a huge amount of resources remaining. We also have obviously 5.3 million credits, so that's pretty good. And hopefully we'll be able to, yes, there we go, we can now build corvettes and gunships and all kinds of wonderful things. So I'm actually unsure what to do right here. I think I'm probably just going to wait until we get a couple more materials before we actually start building some ships and things. But yeah, that's going to come really, really soon, so that's quite nice. Otherwise, I have been using my T-Drive. You can buy T-Drive equipment from the station at Concordia, and it's just fantastic. It's really, really good to do that, because you can get to those search and destroy targets instantly, and then the 20 seconds that you take to kill the opponent, that will obviously be the recharge that you have on the T-Drive, and then you can just very easily get back to Concordia. And you can buy about 6 of those for about 200,000, and you use maybe 1 or maybe 2 if you want to be, you know, extravagant every single time you do one of those tasks. So you're really gaining quite a lot more money than you're spending, which is really nice. So let's just go over here, and I'm going to try and kill this if I can. This is going to take quite some time, isn't it? This is going to take quite some time. Oh my. Alright, so the solar plant has been destroyed, and as you can see, look at the rewards. The rewards are absolutely crazy. 1.2 million, and we have leveled up as well as Tara, so that is fantastic. Now, you get to see a little bit of T-Drive action. So let's go back to Concordia headquarters, and this is our own little, well, massively fast teleport. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, we're already back at Concordia, and we don't need to worry about any enemies. We do have a couple of enemies actually in our sector at the moment, but that's fine. Our fleet will take care of those. We actually have a couple of neutral, sort of non-controllable ships available, so that's pretty cool for them to help us out a little bit. And now I can buy my new ship. So let's go to, not dry dock, thank you very much. Let's go to the shipyard, and we're going to be getting that prowess somewhere. Where is it? Oh my, there's just so many now. So many. Okay, so there we go. That is the ship that I want to get. I can trade my own ship in for that, so it's a little bit less expensive. And otherwise, there are a bunch of other things that you can see here. I'm just going to let you see these just a little bit, just so you can see some of the more expensive ships that we will hopefully be able to get relatively soon. And they're all very, very cool looking. I like that one as well. Yeah, that is really nice. Alright, so yeah, let's go to the prowess, and we're going to be trading that in. There we go. Fantastic. Okay, so let's rearm, and we have 25 shots, and obviously we need a loadout. So what do we have here? We have an ion cannon, which is our current ion cannon, and obviously we have the railgun. So hopefully, yeah, we have mining beams as well. So what I'm gonna try to do is I'm going to try and develop some new weapons. So we have Severance here, which is a railgun weapon, a unique one. So I'm going to activate that immediately. Hopefully that's going to get done pretty soon, because I'd love to be able to get that a little bit quicker. And let's have a look here. Okay, so technically I could get a Sigma Mark II, but I'm currently pretty happy with what we have right now, so I don't think I'm going to be doing that just yet. We could go for some infrastructure here, unlocks the mining operation upgrade. Probably going to do that. Also, we want to do this as well. Yeah, T-gates would be really nice to have, but I think for now, I'm probably just going to be activating all of this. There we go. There we go. Alright, so this is what I want to have done first, and then hopefully the rest will get done in a queue? I hope it's done in a queue at the very least. Okay, so is there anything else I can kind of get here? Well, 2.7 million, I would like to wait until Severance is ready, because I do know that Severance is a really, really fantastic railgun. So I have one spare skill point here, not going to be spending it on anything, and, well, I could spend this on railgun training, to be honest, but I could also do that. I think I'm probably going to do that, because we're going to be using this destroyer for quite a bit until we probably get to maybe level 24, maybe level 20 for the battleships. So I think I'm going to get destroyer familiarity. That sounds good to me. So there we go. Alright, so that's fantastic. Oh my, that is a big, big ship. Let's zoom out a little bit. Yes, that's a lot better. Alright. So, what do we want to do first? Well, the one thing that we can do is, of course, go down here. I'm going to be sending off some more of my civilian fleets and things. And I think we should probably go down here and conquer an additional area. Now, obviously, I don't have the best weapons available at the moment, which is going to be a bit unfortunate. But we're just going to have to deal with it for now until we can get that Severance researched. And then I can use my T-drive to come back here and refit myself relatively easily. Alright, so yeah, basically I got a little bit sidetracked on our way to the hostile territory that we wanted to conquer, and I ended up scanning a bunch of anomalies. Now obviously that's not particularly exciting, so I didn't really show that, but while I was doing it, my Severance research went speedily along and has already completed Mark II. Now, of course, I would love to be able to get Mark III, and, I mean, that's just going to be absolutely insane. It's going to be such an amazing weapon, but as you can see, it requires 20,000 gas and 20,000 materials, which I do not currently have. So we're just going to have to deal, we're just going to have to deal with the regular old terrible one, right? Yes, the terrible one that does 430 DPS. It's just insane. I mean, look at that. 430 DPS in comparison to Severance 1, which is 289. It's just amazing. And also the range. Do you see the range? 3,700. Obviously, I don't actually have enough money to even purchase one of these, which is a great shame in my opinion. And I'd love to be able to sell something or whatever, but it seems like I can't do that. So what I'm going to have to do instead is probably an installation assault. That's probably going to be the best thing that will give us the most money. So we're going to try and do that. Oh, it's very close by as well. So I'm going to use my T-drive to get over there. There we go. Do bear in mind now that we are still using the absolutely awful railgun weapon that you start with. So I'm a bit worried about this, to be honest. But, well, we do have Nika and Tara with us, so I suppose they're gonna they're gonna have to carry me, as is usually the case at the moment. Once I get Severance Mark II, however, that's gonna change quite considerably, and we'll actually be able to deal some pretty massive damage on our own. And hopefully that's going to happen sooner rather than later. Okay, so we have 40,000 distance until we arrive. Okay, so let's just destroy the enemy structure. That's basically all we have to do. Now, of course, now that I am in a much bigger ship, I'm going to be a much bigger target, but hopefully because I have such an amazing amount of hull that I will be absolutely fine. And hopefully my energy, as you can see, yes, the energy is absolutely amazing for this because, well, it just is. It just got a much bigger energy capacity, and I'm now unable to lose as much energy as I was beforehand. So that's fantastic. I can also use my ion torpedoes a little bit more as well. And also, as you can see here, my research is currently still going, and that is giving us junk reclaimers tier 2. So I can now start upgrading our junk reclaimers, which I'm actually going to do while we're attacking this. There we go. Sounds good to me. And are there a bunch of other junk reclaimers somewhere? Yeah, over here. Oh, I don't have any more resources. Ah, oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, so here's a bit of a problem. I actually... Am I actually not going to be able to do this? Well, that would be sad, wouldn't it? That would be really sad if I'm unable to do this. I mean, it's literally just because I am using the worst ship ever. I mean, in terms of our weaponry, that is. I mean, I'm at 89%. Okay, it's going to take a while, I guess. Alright, so we're at 6% on the solar plant. It's taken a long time for us to get here, as you can see. I'm still alive, though, and my port shield is the one that is currently taking a bit of a bombardment here, because I've just been kind of attempting to use the solar plant as a bit of cover for us, and that seems to be working out quite nicely. So, yeah, hopefully it's going to be done soon, because Nika is actually very, very low in HP as well. And are we done? It's almost done. Oh, I think we lost someone. I think we actually did lose someone. Who did we lose? We lost Nika. No, Tara is alive. Absolutely perfectly fine, though, which is very strange considering. But, oh well, never mind. Okay, that's absolutely fine. Let's use our T-drive to get out of here. We have now advanced in level, as well as, of course, gaining that 1.2 million, which is fantastic. And we're now going to go into Concordia and repair ourselves. Actually, we don't even need to be repaired or anything like that. We just need to get Nika back up and running. There we go. She's going to be done in a very quick second. And then I can hopefully get inside here. There we go. Fantastic. Alright. So I do have a bunch of things that I picked up from the various platforms and things that we destroyed there. And now I can hopefully buy Severance Mark II. Oh yes. Now that is just crazy. 3.2 million on that. I'm pretty sure it's going to be worth it. I just need to fit it. Yes, just need to fit it. Now don't sell it by mistake. Let's try not to sell it by mistake, shall we? Yeah, that would not be very good. Alright, so I'm going to replace my previous one. There we go, Severance Mark II, fantastic. And then we're just going to be replacing that one with this. There we are, that's nice. And now we can configure the turret, and what we need to do is we need to get 3 of these. Oh yes, by the maximum. There we go. So there are technically 4 of these, 4 turrets at the front of my ship now. So whenever I'm facing forward, someone is going to eat an absolutely amazing amount of damage. And I probably want to configure this one as well, but I don't really want to spend money on it because, as you can see, it's actually basically the same amount of money to fit additional turrets. The Severance Mark II is just going to have to be the thing that we'll go for at the moment. And here's the thing. This is what I'd love to get. I'd love to get Artemis rank 3 as an enhancement, because you can apply these enhancements to your light weapons and all kinds of other things, and that is going to enable us to be even more deadly. So hopefully we're going to be able to do that hopefully soon, but obviously our first port of call is to get Severance Mark II on every single light weapon battery. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.